Hey guys, this is Mark Hutten with AdultAspergersChat.com, and today I want to talk about the legitimate reasons for NT plus ASD conflict. And what I mean by that is we're going to look at the legitimate reasons for conflict between the neurotypical wife and the husband on the autism spectrum. So why does conflict exist so profoundly between the two of you? Probably worse than in a typical marriage. Well, the two of you get defensive when talking to one another because there is an emotional link between the two of you. Think about it like this. When you don't care about someone, for example, Joe Blow, let's say he's a coworker and he's annoying and you don't even like to be in the same room with him, it doesn't matter much what that person says or does. You could care less. You could never see the guy again and you wouldn't care. But when you love and care for someone, and when you want that person to love and respect you back, it hurts when they do unloving, uncaring things. And that hurt most often comes out as anger. How many times have you thought to yourself, I'm talking to the ASD men now, my neurotypical wife is such a nag. ASD men hate when their NT wife nags, and they try to get her to stop nagging by getting angry in order to create distance. But nagging equals importance. She nags because you're important and because she doesn't want you to destroy the relationship. Unfortunately, a lot of AS men don't know this, or they don't view it like this, and they view her nagging as criticism and harassment. So as a result, the NT wife's good message gets lost. Now, when your ASD husband seems insensitive, selfish, uncaring, narcissistic, and so on, it's because he's in too much emotional pain to be able to consider your message. Your message is anxiety-ridden, according to his brain. And pain interferes with listening and with understanding where you're coming from. Now, this is particularly hard to understand when he hides his pain with rage, adult temper tantrums, shutdowns, meltdowns, the silent treatment, always making you wrong, and so on. And with him responding like this, it's not uncommon for the NT wife to, in turn, direct her anger and rage back at him. Now, here's another odd concept, but it's the truth, and that is sometimes spouses behave in manipulative, hurtful ways, not because they think that they're going to change the other person's behavior necessarily, but because they honestly feel that they're doing the best that they can given the circumstances. Both spouses feel that way. The NT wife thinks, well, I didn't sign up for this program where I have somebody on the autism spectrum. I have to make all these adjustments and accommodations. And he's going, I've tried my best. Doesn't matter what I say or do, it's never good enough. So we're in that dilemma there with both parties feeling like they're victims. Both spouses think they're doing right. If we think our spouse is doing bad things because they have evil intentions, we may give up trying to influence them. We may become afraid of them. We're certainly going to get angry with them, and we might even seek revenge. So it's important to realize that both spouses, the NT and the ASD, they're not bad people. They're just desperate to find a solution to the problems and haven't found one yet. Oftentimes to the point of feeling nothing but helpless and hopeless. But you can be sure that both spouses are sharing a common experience of hurt and fear. But they're expressing their emotions in different and sometimes strange ways. For example, your ASD husband may have an intimate relationship with the computer or with his job. You may be depressed, anxious, perhaps trying to anesthetize your emotional pain through emotional eating, and so on. So each party is hurting, but they're expressing their hurt in different ways. So the NT wife does nag and complain, moan and groan. I know that's what the ASD man thinks, but her intentions are good. She's trying to keep the relationship from sinking. But unfortunately, she has thought, well, if I just try harder, if I stop trying, if I'm nicer, if I'm tougher, if I complain, if I stop complaining, if we go to traditional marriage and family counseling, all of these things, she's trying, and none of them work. And she is frustrating him in the meantime. So we have to change the way we approach the problem. And the very first step has to be to take a deep dive in examining how the NT wife downloads certain things and then behaves accordingly, and how the ASD man downloads things and behaves accordingly. But the moral to this story is, guys, she's nagging because she cares about you.